Hello everybody, this is VerticalSandwich and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. And it is Thanksgiving. Okay, this will post a couple days after. Actually the day after. No, 2 days after maybe? I don't know, 2 days after. Who knows? Who knows when my voice will reach you? Anyway, so we're going back to the Shumi Village because we have a Shumi Village quest to do. Ugh. I know, yet another thing where people are just saying, like, why don't you get to Disc 4? But Disc 3 was pretty short, right? Actually, it took us as many videos to go through Disc 1 as it did for us to go through Disc 2 and 3 combined. Although part of that was that I didn't have the over 15-minute time limit when I started this LP, so... Okay. So same thing. Now the deal is, what we have to do is go through a series of, like, talking to people about things until we can convince the artisan that he needs to get off his butt and make things work. So talk to this guy. Specialist heard about what happened to Norg. That's your whole comment, specialist? Is just myself in the third person. I heard about that thing that you did. Anyway, back to the okay. So I can really only generalize kind of about the strategy of this, but like the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out there's a problem, and you want to go and talk to the guy who's building the sculpture, and the guy who is now being forced to help him. And you have to leave the village after the first quest and come back, like go completely out onto the world map and come back to trigger this quest. Just so you know, in case you're trying to do them back to back. Okay, so you talk to this guy, and he'll say, "Attendant can't believe we have to make the silly statue." Aw, poor attendant. Sculptor thought things would get a little easier, but they haven't at all. Well, that's because that guy isn't helping you. He's just standing staring out the window like a jerk. I gotta say, these people are pretty incredible for, like, growing all this stuff underground. Like, the whole area around this village is, like, green. And they're, like, 1,000 feet underground. Like, that can't be easy. So, anyway. So now we have to go talk to the elder. And we will have to go talk to the guy who's all by himself and stuff. And whatever. And eventually we'll have to go back to Fisherman's Horizon and talk to that jerk. Because everybody's a jerk when you're trying to do something in a video game. Okay. How are they doing? From the look on your face, they must not be working seriously. The Moomba can help us. Please go ask the Moomba outside for help. What? It will become an order if I ask, so please. Wait, what? I don't think what that guy said just made any sense. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. Alright, so go ask the Moomba. And it will say, "Re!" And then it'll run off. So follow it. And you can't really follow it, because, like, now we can't see it. But it's in the sculptor's house, so we'll go there. Because we know where to go. Kinda. Almost. We almost know where to go. In theory, we know where to go. Kinda. Again. Alright. So, let's see what's going on in here. The Moomba's doing something. Hooray. Oh, it's you. What do you want? Attendant isn't gonna do that. Attendant doesn't feel like it. That guy's like a jerk. He's like a teenager. The elder said that. That's not fair. That's not fair. Sorry, I'm in a really cynical mood apparently. The elder's not giving me any choice. Really? That thing that can't... Okay, fine. Attendant will work. Well, that's what you were sent over here to do. Why would you think that, you know... So has Artisan agreed to help? No, we didn't ask him. We haven't even talked to that guy yet. Okay, attendant will work. And you can talk to Quistis and Zell and stuff in here if you want. I don't know if it's necessary. At one point, the instructions I was going through said talk to everybody in the sculptor's house, and I was like, well, that's Quistis and Zell. Yeah, see, and she'll say like, it's so peaceful here. I kind of like this atmosphere. It's relaxing, you know? You know? I think that was Y apostrophe KNOW. I don't know how you'd say that. Like, without a vowel. Because, you know. I know I say a lot. I mean, I do. If you've listened to my videos, you know I say a lot. And I'm sorry. I try to cut it out. I try not to do it. Sometimes. And then I forget, and then I do it. But I was in a really bad mood once. This was way back when I was in the hospital for my drinking. Because I have been hospitalized for my drink. My attendant is finally working. Great. The statue should be completed soon. Maybe it's none of my business, but what's the point of forcing him to do something against his will? Really? Like, you don't understand. There's nobody in this village who admires Master Laguna more than my assistant. There's a reason why my assistant refused to work on the statue initially. Question mark? My attendant strongly wishes to leave here and fight alongside Master Laguna, not to spend time building a statue. Therefore, my attendant does not want to become an elder. One cannot fight or leave the village once one becomes an elder. Okay. A Shumi becomes an elder or something else. I think one must have wits to become an elder. I was very fortunate. I believe my attendant will become an elder someday. He's standing up. He's gonna talk more. That would really be ironic. Is there any way to prevent the evolution? It is not the Shumi way to abuse our knowledge and pursue personal ambitions. All of us have accepted our destinies. How sad. Switch thinks everything is sad. Well, it sounds like they may need one more person to help. I would love to see my attendant go and pursue personal dreams. I once had dreams, but as an elder, my responsibilities must always come first. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so anyway, I was hospitalized for my drinking. Or institutionalized, if you prefer. Anyway. That was a long time ago. That was when I was 23. And they brought this new girl in. And she was telling kind of the group her story. And she kept saying, you know. And anytime there was a pause. Oh, we found a Timber Maniacs issue. But she would just say, she'd say, you know. And I remember I was just so angry. I just, anyway, so this guy has met other people from the outside, and he'll show us his work. He likes artisans on the outside, and he's an artisan, so. Anyway, see there I went and said, because I wasn't thinking. But this girl said, you know, and I sat there and I counted. I was so angry. I was just so mad. I mean, I was institutionalized, for crying out loud. And I remember before she was done with her story, I was over 60. I may have gotten up to almost 80, but I remember I just wanted to jump up and just yell, like, stop saying that. So if my ums bother people, I'm sorry. I really am. I know it's such a trivial thing to bring up being institutionalized about. It's like I'm talking about like the most nonsensical, just garbagey thing while I'm playing this video game, and then I'm like, yeah, when I was in the hospital for my drinking. So yeah, that's one of the things. Like I've been sober for 8.5 years. Like I'm one of those people I go to meetings and stuff. And whatever. And you can feel about that how you want. It helps me. I'm not trying to tell anybody they need to go to meetings. I'm not trying to tell anybody that they shouldn't drink or do whatever they want to do. All I'm saying is my life. Okay, just as Sculptor expected, the Elder's attendant is amazing. Sculptor has learned a lot from attendant already. Oh, that's nice. Just as Sculptor. Oh, he says the same thing. Yeah, we already talked to you. Attendant thinks we need one more skilled craftsman. And he talked to me and says, artisan, yeah. If we had artisan, it would really help us. Okay. Anyway, so I was institutionalized for what was I saying? I go to meetings, yeah, because I know some people really have horrible experiences with 12-step programs and things like that, and that's fine. That is none of my business, and it doesn't work for everybody. Some people go and they hate it, they never go again, and some people go and it doesn't work and they stop. I mean, I'm just all about, like, if you're, whatever you're doing, if it's working, if it's making you happy, keep doing it. If it's not working, it's not making you happy, maybe you should stop. Help at the shop, artisan can't. There are tons of things that artisan has to do before artisan becomes a Moomba. He's got it all planned out. I'm gonna be a Moomba. Alright. So that's my story. Yeah, and it was really bad for me. I mean, like, drinking got me thrown into the hospital. That's all you really have to say. If you get bad enough that they are able to lock you up, that's pretty bad. Because the system's not built to lock you up for nothing. I mean, the system's built to lock you up because you're a danger to yourself or others or things like that. I never killed anybody, and I don't have any DUIs or anything like that. So, well, I shouldn't say, well, I've had some trouble with the law, but nothing horrible, nothing serious. Like I said, I never stabbed anybody or killed anybody or anything like that. But, I mean, I was barely a human being when they locked me up. And today I'm having fun, play video games, talk to people on the internet, watch other people play video games. It's not a perfect life, but it's a pretty good one. So yeah, I don't know, this feels kind of good to talk about. Like, I've never really, like, it's not necessarily something you broadcast. In fact, I probably shouldn't have said the 12-step thing, but whatever. For the amount of people that are going to listen to this, I don't think it's a big deal. I think the Final Fantasy videos are averaging about 8 views a video. So that means like 7 people will be... And I think I put 2 of those views on when I'm putting it up and, like, adding annotations and stuff. So it's like 6 people will be like, oh, institutionalized. Which is actually funny, because probably of all the things I've ever said during an LP commentary, that's probably the most interesting thing right there, is that, like, once I was thrown in the hospital. Yeah, it's really, I mean, so yeah, so all my friends are like these ex-drug addicts and stuff, ex-problem drinkers. But, they're ex-problem drinkers and, like, ex-drug addicts. So. In fact, I knew a woman, like, there was a woman who I saw all the time, not dating or anything, I mean, like, and she went back to school and got her master's, and she'd been in prison. She got her bachelor's in prison. So, and that stuff, you see that stuff, and that's pretty cool. To see people whose lives have been completely trashed, who'd ended up in prison, get out and, like, find happiness and get their lives together and become productive members of society. You can't see enough of that in your life. That never gets old, and it never stops being amazing either. When I look at, like, the pictures of me when I was drinking, and I weighed, like, I don't know, I'm almost 6 foot tall, and I weighed under 120 pounds. Which I'm really skinny now, and that's like 30 pounds lighter than I am now. Yeah, just like no skin color. I look like Frankenstein's monster. So hideous. Anyway. So that's me. So I used to be a monster. And now I'm 32. I've been sober for 8.5 years. If you believe that. How crazy is that? That number doesn't even make sense to me anymore. I say it out loud, and I'm just like, has it really been that long? Has it really been that long since I was 23? It means a decade ago I dropped out of college. A decade ago I dropped out of college, and 4 years ago I finished my degree. So, yeah, I took like a 5-year break. There's another story. There's another word of warning for those who think they're taking a semester off from college. Sometimes that turns into 5 years. But that was an alright 5 years. I mean, again, I got sober during that 5 years and stuff. It's not. Ugh. So anyway, we've got to go to Fisherman's Horizon now. And I completely lost track of what we were doing in the game. Started talking to you guys and just like repeated, like just walking up to characters and like popping up text boxes just to see if they were the same and stuff, and completely lost track. There was probably like a smarter way for me to coordinate kind of all the things we're doing in this LP. But whatever, we're actually, surprisingly, after this, we'll be really close to going into the next disc. We have to do the King Tonberry GF. And I'm not going to make you watch me fight like all 27 of them or whatever. And then, I want to show you how to get the items for ultimate weapons, for the highest grade weapons, now that we have Junk Shop in our inventory, so we don't have to run into towns to see if we can remodel weapons. And then we need to do the Deep Sea Research Center. And after that, we have nowhere to go but Disc 4. Isn't that exciting? Aren't you just like, oh, awesome, Disc 4? Because again, if you've played this game, you know how short Disc 4 is. It's one place. Like the whole disc. Although I'll show you how to get to everywhere else on the map from that one place. That will take 5 minutes of a video. Well, it'll probably take a whole video, but I don't know, 5 minutes of a video. But we'll have to go through, in that video, we'll go through the CC Card Club too. Okay, is this a real Moomba? And then that guy says, no way, Jose. You guys went to Shumi Village, huh? Did you meet the guy who made that Moomba doll? That doll reacts to the presence of people who went to Shumi Village. Well, we went to Shumi Village before and the doll didn't react. High tech, ain't it? I'm a pretty good craftsman myself, but that thing's way out of my league. Yeah, because after the first quest we came here and it didn't react. We spoke to the person who made that Moomba and we have a problem. What's up? Okay. And now he'll give us this thing. He's got a lot on his mind, but it seems like what you're trying to do is pretty important. Yeah, I'll help. Let's see. Oh yeah, why don't you take that Moomba with ya? Alright. This baby will solve your problem, guaranteed. I don't see how. But you know what? I'll play along. Yeah, a lot going on, huh? A lot going on, eh? Oh, there's another old issue of Timber Maniacs. Ta-da! Timber Maniacs! Hooray! Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. Wait, all the time I don't know what I'm doing. Every single time I don't know what I'm doing. So I lost a whole day of video processing trying to process video camcorder footage I took of the firefighters fighting the fire next door to the place that I'm staying. It's like it was an old dry cleaners, and like this guy has just kind of let it become run down, and it started on fire. It wasn't horrible, it didn't spread to any other buildings, the whole building didn't come down, it was just... I woke up and walked out to have a cigarette, and firefighters were spraying foam all over this building. And so I went and grabbed my camcorder, because what else would you do? Of course you'd go grab your camcorder. Well, maybe not. Maybe not everybody would do that. I don't know. But, you know, I knew nobody was in there, and there was no danger. Firemen had obviously been there for a while. So I grabbed my camcorder, because I was like, oh, this will make an interesting addition to the YouTube channel. And file conversion from my camcorder has always been a problem, but file conversion and then making, like, video work in my video processing thing, I don't know what it is about, like, it just, like, my video processing software doesn't like any file type but AVI. I should have converted it into that, but... So now we've got the Moomba, and now we can go back to Shumi Village, and everything will be fine. Perfectly fine. And we didn't get a lot done, but we got a lot of talking done. We spread out a lot of my life story here. I probably could have cut out one of those trips one way or the other, but... whatever, I'm talking. And I like talking. I like that you guys, like, watch and talk. I don't get a lot of dead space in videos to just talk about what's going on with me and what my life's like and who I am. And I know that's kind of important. You know, it's not as important necessarily as the gameplay and the strategy, but it's kind of important. And I like it. Okay. Ah, man, I got like a kink in my neck. It usually just happens when I drive, which is really painful. Like when I had the archaeology job and I would have to drive somewhere 2,000 miles away. Especially, when I had to drive from Indiana to Utah. That was 4 days of driving. At the end of that, I wish at that point, I just wish my head would, like, fall off my neck. It would have just been nice to just not have a neck for a while. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but who cares? That's how I felt. It doesn't have to make sense, it was a feeling. Or, I don't know, do feelings have to make sense? I don't think so, right? Okay, so, now, said VerticalSandwich, you go to this guy's house and you let the Moomba go. Did you make that? And that guy turns around and says, make what? Oh, that thing. Oh, yes, it's a gift Artisan sent to a friend. Why do you have it? Oh, he built a message into it. And so now, that guy's voice starts coming out of the Moomba. Hey, what's happening, bro? Can't contact you directly. You gotta go with this. And, like, I hear you guys are making something. Why don't you quit dallying and just do it? Yeah, bro, I understand. Like, I guess I'll leave it to him. And then you can... Like, it just... This Moomba's yelling at this guy. And that's your solution. I have a toy Moomba that will yell at him. Maybe that'll work. Now I want a toy Moomba that yells at me. Okay, and he comes out with the thing, like, ranting and raving on his head. Artisan is going to do it. Artisan is going to help. Artisan has been misconceived. I don't think that's the right word. Nobody has attempted this before, but Artisan has decided to become a human. Like, misconceived, I think deceived is the word they wanted. He invited me to come to Fisherman's Horizon. Artisan is going to go. And then you say, good luck. Thank you. And he walks off and, like, goes and helps. But, like, I think misconceived does not work in that sentence. So I don't know what they were getting at. I'm assuming it was a translation problem or something. Or maybe not. I don't know. What do I know about anything? What do I know about how video games are made and how the text is? Although I caught a misspelling in here and, like... And completely missed it. Like, just as it was going by, and was just like... You convinced Artisan? Excellent. Only your wits could have accomplished it. I was going to offer Artisan this to help us. I guess I don't need it anymore. Please take it. And it's status guard, and this thing is awesome because you can use this. This may not finish today, but I believe it will be very soon. Status guard allows you to give one of your GFs status defense times 4 ability, which is an awesome ability. And we will need it. It will be handy. So, anyway. That'll be that. For that, yeah, that'll be that for that. That's the sentence I wanted to say, people, even though it doesn't make any sense. So that'll be that for that, and next time, we'll be doing miscellaneous stuff, probably King Tonberry, actually. And you guys take care. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Bye, everybody.